There we
Terry,
go.
where's your face, man?
Hey, see your pretty face. Hey guys, so welcome to another episode of Relo Chat, episode number
6, I think.
7. I thought it was 7 or 8.
7? Lucky 7. Let's go lucky 7.
I'm going to go with lucky 7. So
There's
excited.
Terry.
We've had so many great conversations today, and we're joined by Terry today. And Luis Rios, who's our fearless, who is legit our fearless leader, right? He is the reason that we are here in this place today, and that relationship that he has with Rob and Scott. And because of him, we also have Dennis Herring out of Florida joining us on our AmeriFirst Loan Officer team. So, and I am Bettina Sistoke. I'm going to let Dorian in. And I am just excited to be in business with all these wonderful folks. So, guys, you know what Dennis and I were talking about today? This is going to be kind of interesting. So we were talking about how he's closing a loan, right, with somebody, but they didn't get their license yet. And it's somebody he's been closing loans with for a while, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, I made that mistake because I waited a month and a half before starting my course. So we closed a loan, Lois and I, last week, right? And I've got some in the pipeline I'm not getting paid on. And that's not like, it's not like $100 that we're leaving on the table.
Right. This loan is a $400,000 deal. She's leaving $2,000 on the table.
$2,000 on the table. That's a house payment. That is, for many of us, that's a couple car payments. That's a vacation. That is some legit marketing budget.
Marketing budget, for sure.
That is a legit marketing. If you put $2,000, for a lot of people, that'll be like an entire quarter's marketing budget. That'll bring them a lot of sellers and a lot of buyers. Whatever you want to target, it's there. So, moral of the story:
get licensed right away.
Get licensed right away.
Get it done. Get it done right away.
Get it done. So go ahead, sign up for your course.
Yeah, do like Scotty did. I think Scotty had the right plan. He had 2 computers going, working on his business and clicking the button and just keeping the clock running on the other side.
Yeah, and just focus on taking the practice tests, because if you do the practice test, that $60 package that gives you those 6 practice tests, do those over and over again, and to get them passed, and then you should pass. That's what everybody's been telling me.
Subconscious will take it over.
Yes. So here's the other thing is when you sign up for the course, you set your start date. So guys, when you enroll somebody, if you just get them to enroll for the course, it automatically sets their start date, and they have 12 days to complete the course, right? And then here's the other thing that I found is if we just set our exam date, we will do what it takes to do that $70 exam prep test, right? But a lot of us, I thought I was the only one that does this, but it turns out I'm not, which in a weird makes me feel good. In a weird way, I'm like, is that I tend to procrastinate. So if I don't set a hard deadline, it doesn't happen.
True.
Right? And
I think we're all like that. I think a lot of people are like that, majority.
So if you have a goal and you need help setting a hard deadline, you guys all know me.
Right? This morning, she made me do a deadline. I'm not going to mention what it is, but she's like, if you don't do this by this date, then you're owing me this, this, and this. I'm like, okay.
Consequences.
And then I looked at the clock and go, oh my God, I only got like 18 days. Minus this, I got like literally 8 days to do what she told me to do. I'm like, oh.
That's all you need. But here's the thing. He's been telling me for like every single week he wants to do it. It benefits him, not me. Guys, the thing that you guys need to know about me is the most exciting thing that I can do is help somebody achieve their goal. I have kind of been on a break for the last couple of years. So this Relo program excites me to no end because this is my game. Lewis knows me. Would you
Tina's
say?
back.
Like, I love it. Like, I thought you said this is my crack. And I'm like,
Works either way.
so here's the deal. Do it. Don't leave money on the table. You know what? I was visiting with somebody yesterday. She said she saw the presentation. It was a three-way call. It was a call for somebody else. I don't remember who, but I picked her up. She's like, yeah, I left kind of early because, I really don't have time for this. And I don't want to add anything else to your plate. And I reminded her that we're already doing this. We're already advocating for our loan officers. This isn't like going out and selling electricity, because she was like, people want me to sell electricity. They want me to sell, what is that other thing? Security systems. It doesn't matter. We're already advocating for our loan officers. And the thing is, our partners in real estate are advocating for loan officers. The AmeriFirst loan officers, I don't know if you noticed, are here by referrals. They're here by invitation. Right? They're not the ones that couldn't get a job somewhere else. They were personally invited here because of their character, because of their work ethic, because of who they are. And that's why they are here to support us. So these are the loan officers we get to choose. And guys, guess what else I was thinking? I was like, you know how we're supposed to give choices? I'm like, Brett's usually on this call. I was like, there's my three options right there. Dennis, Lewis, and Brett. Game on.
That's it. There's your choices.
You got it.
One of my Sherpas.
Huh?
Yeah, pick one of my Sherpas. Anyone.
Pick
three of them. I got four of them. I got five of them. No,
right.
Exactly.
So did you guys watch Scott Lewis's training on how to invite loan officers?
Twice, 3 times. Yeah. It's good stuff.
3 times. It was good stuff.
Yeah, and it's just so natural. It's just, man, just could tell, hear his experience in those phone calls.
Well, and the other, that's so true. But it was also, I think it's his experience. You said it's experiences. He's done it a lot of times.
Yeah.
You guys know my son. I share this story, and some of you have met him, Logan. Or he's invited you to the Relo presentation. And if he invited you like 4 months ago, you remember how his voice would quiver and it was deep and he was so nervous, right? So some of the folks that are listening, and I was like, oh, but he kept doing it anyways. He kept doing it bad. And you could just tell he was so nervous. Now, when we do 3-way calls for him, people are like, who's Logan? Like, how do you guys know each other? And I'm like, he's my son. Why do you ask? He's like, man, he's so nice. He just, the reason I was willing to take his call, because he didn't sound like he was calling from a script. He's just said it so many times and invited so many times. And in sincerity, he knows what residual income can do for a family. He's experienced what residual income can do as a family, because 5 years ago, he was 17, and he watched how hard his parents had to work, right? He's watched another parent lose a job, and he understands what residual income can do. It gives you choices when you need
Choices
a choice.
are good.
Choices are good.
Mm-hmm.
So I just posted today on that Facebook group. I was like, what, you've heard this. Look at me. I'm not trying to get all up in the camera, but I feel like I got to get up close to you, right? Because we're talking. Like, it is like, money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys choices.
Oh, yeah.
And given choices, you can choose happy, right? So, and this Relo program, wouldn't you agree, kind of gives that to all of us? Gives all of us that opportunity.
On the loan officer side, I mean, we've never had an opportunity to create a residual income so that eventually we can retire. I mean, Rob said it, several people said it. I mean, how many times have you seen a retirement party for a real estate agent, But how many times have you seen a retirement party for a loan officer? I mean, I know guys that are like
Zero.
60, 65, 67 years old, and they're still doing loans. I'm like, they don't even know how. They're like, I don't know how to use Encompass. I have a processor that does all that for me. But they're still out there turning the wheel, bringing in deals because they can't retire. They don't have a residual income. You know?
But here, and that's fine for those who've been able to maintain their health. How many people have you known in our industry? And if you've been in this industry any period of time, there's somebody that fell off, they couldn't work. Right? They were doing really well and they lost everything. In fact, my first hot tub, we got it, it was almost new. We bought it off of a loan officer who got sick and couldn't work anymore. And she was losing, her house was going on foreclosure and she was losing everything. And her sister was liquidating all of her assets for her. And if she would have built and she was one of the top loan officers in the area. And I was like, that's heartbreaking. And that was a long time ago. And this is proof. I don't wish that on anybody, but I do want everybody to have the choice. You know,
we go from here to zero every day. It doesn't matter how many loans you closed last month or the month before. If you're not producing and you're not working and you're not moving forward, then the income stops. There's no salary. It's just like a real estate agent. If a real estate agent is not producing and closing deals and working on that second, third, fourth deal from the deal they're closing today, then they're out of business until another deal comes along. You basically went from self-employed to nothing. You have nothing right now if you have nothing in the pipeline.
Yeah. And I also love how this makes our relationship so much stronger, right? Because it's not necessarily like the lender's working for us. We're working together now. Or, you know, it's not necessarily the lender's looking as a realtor as the person who's supposed to bring them loans, right? And the realtor isn't just looking at the loan officer to be the one who closes the loan, right? Please don't screw this up, right? Now we're collaborating, we're working together, we're building together, and and I feel like it's so much more of a partnership than it was before. I feel like we had a partnership before, but it was more about, oh, you know, what can I give to you? What can I give, you know, that interchange versus that collaboration. And I believe the biggest power is in that collab. Would you agree that it's the collaboration that you're seeing more of now that we've been doing this for a few months?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, without a doubt.
I love it.
And I've met more loan officers than I have in my career as a branch manager just in the last 4 months. I mean, I'm meeting a new LO like every day. And it's unbelievable. I just can't see how this is going to stop. It's really going through the roof.
Chris needs to talk to you about a loan officer he's planning on meeting with on Thursday.
Oh.
There.
There you go. Which Chris? There's a lot of Chris's. I have like 20 Chris's in my phone, 30 Chris's in my phone.
No, he just joined your group. He brought on 8 people.
That's been booked.
Okay. Okay, good.
Booked.
I just wanted to make sure I passed the message. What? Do you guys have any challengers? I'm so glad, Terry, Dorian, y'all have anything that we could help you all with?
I thought we were going to talk today about how to have a conversation with a loan officer.
Yes, I love that. Did you watch the video with Scott Lewis? I don't know if you had a chance to watch that yet. It's on the Facebook group.
I'll have to go check it out. I have not.
Okay, so
it's great. It's really, really great. And he breaks it down really simple. Just, you know, opening up that conversational phone call, and it could go either way. Loan officer, realtor, financial advisor, whomever the conversation is with, he goes after 3 little yeses right in the beginning just to engage the person. And it's really simple stuff like, you know, are you open-minded to looking at something else that could help you build your business? No, I'm not interested. Okay, have a nice day. You know, of course.
But everybody thinks they're open-minded, or they want to be open-minded,
even
right?
if they're not.
Even if they're not, they want to be. So the first things we do is, he says, talk about them and their business, where they're at in their business, how they're doing in their business, you know, all that kind of stuff. How, you know, learn all about their business, and then ask them if they're open-minded. So that would be one little yes, right?
Yep,
And
that
another
would be
yes,
one little yes.
yeah, and then the second yes would be something like what?
Yeah, like, are you willing to take a look at something that could double your business in the next 6 months?
All right. Are you
You know?
looking to do more loans?
Yeah, I mean,
Are you
right,
looking
exactly.
to build stronger relationships with realtors?
Right. What if I could show you a way that you could double the number of realtors you're working with in the next 6 months? Would that be something that would be interesting to you? And you don't have to pay for it.
Right.
Not buying more realtors.
Or
Of
would you
course,
like
the
to
answer's
help,
gonna be
or
yes.
would you like to help out your realtors a little bit? Would you like to share more with them and help them out on marketing without RESPA compliance getting in the way? I mean, there's so many different questions that could be asked. Because I
Right.
know there's LOs out there like myself that wishes he could help his agents grow their business even bigger.
So there's a lot of, so all of those, so once you get an idea of how they run their business, right? You'll feel, and you start attending more of the presentations Tuesdays and Thursdays and listening to our conversations, you'll be able to find out what their, kind of where their pain is, right? And then you'll say, oh, hey, if I could help you, hey, if I could show you how you could get more loans, would you want to know about it? If I could show you, yeah, I know. Refis, I agree with you. I think rates are going up, purchase money's where it's at. If I could, introduce you to more realtors or show you how you can flock more, get more realtors to flock to you. Would you want to know more information? And he also brings up, we're not trying to present to them, right?
Right. You're just trying to initiate their sense of curiosity to see what it is. Like what special sauce are you talking about? What is
Get them
this
on a
thing?
webinar.
Yeah, what is this thing you're talking about? Well, set aside 20 minutes of your time to take a look at it. I have a very special private invitation that I can let you in on, if I get a commitment from you that you'll actually attend, because it's limited seating for, I only have so many opportunities to get people in the door.
And that's the other thing is, that brings us to the invite, right? So you get three yeses on the front end about helping them build their business, their goals and stuff like that. And then 3 yeses on the invites.
Right.
Right. So
exactly.
With Tuesday, are you available for Tuesday at 4? Will that work for you? Yes. Right. Great. Would you like me to send you a calendar invite? Yes. Would
Great.
you like me to send you
Let
a
me
text?
do it right now.
I'll do it right now. Do you see it? Right?
I'll text it to you. Do you have it? Yes. Boom. That's an easy one.
Yeah. Would you like me to text you 10 minutes before the presentation? Yes.
Yes.
So those are 3 easy yeses. And you can just pick your yeses that work for you. But to me, I have a calendar. I set this up in my Google Calendar, and I can just add their email address. What's your email address? I can just add them to that, right? To where they can't see the guest list, and then they'll get that, right? I just started, per Eric Redleaf, who's created these systems, using Calendly, because I've had Calendly forever, right? But I set up a workflow specifically for inviting to the Relo program. So it automatically sends them an email and gets them registered in Google Calendar, right? It automatically sends them a text. You just create the workflow however you want it. And then afterwards, it sends them the text. I have it set up to send them a text to say thank you and the link to our Facebook group to join. And it also automatically sends them an email to our Facebook group and my registration thingy.
Nice.
Link.
That's a good flow.
Eric Redleaf, thank you, buddy, because he shared his system, and I was like, and I bucked it for a while, because I'm like, I have my text messages. It works great.
And I have like pretty little icons on there.
I have my pretty little emojis, because I have a thing about emojis, and I do love GIFs. GIFs is like the next level emojis. They make me happy. Y'all feel free to send me all the emojis that make you smile and make me smile, please. So just letting you know, we're turning, I feel like this is such an easy conversion.
Right. We're not selling. We're
We're
sharing.
not selling. We're
We're
sharing.
sharing something
Inviting.
beautiful with people.
Yeah.
That's right.
We're only inviting. And then what they do after that, so after the presentation, right, we get them on a 3-way call, and that's critical. And
Well, you know, something else Scott had mentioned is this is not a get rich quick. This is a get rich quick for life, permanent.
No, a get rich permanent.
Get
Yes.
rich permanent.
It's a long-term commitment. You can't, as a loan officer or as a real estate agent, this is something that's going to take time to build. But those good things that take time to build are the best at the end. I mean, you got to think about it that way. If it was instant overnight, it wouldn't be. It's not
It goes
the same.
away
You got to put the
instant
grit
overnight.
in there. You got to build. You got to put the time. You got to do the effort. And it's going to be just so outstanding when it's all done.
Well, for us realtors who don't do the loans and we're not getting compensated on our loans, we're getting, oh no, that's not true. We get 0.5%, right? But you loan officers get all that money now because this is your actual mortgage business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
you guys can actually get rich quicker.
Not richer. You're going to be well off quicker until the residuals built. Then it's going to.
While you're building your bank. But here's the deal. This is such an amazing opportunity for all of us, and I'm really super stoked. Oh, which reminds me.
Let's talk about numbers.
Let's talk about numbers. How did you know?
Let's talk
You want to
about
talk about rates, or you want to talk about people joining Relofunding? Which one?
Ooh,
Both.
both. But let's do the rates last, because I know
because rates are not pretty today. Let's not even talk. I don't even want to talk about rates today.
Oh
we
no,
lost
for real?
70 basis points in the last 3 days. I go out of town and everything just goes whoosh.
Hey, go back to Puerto Rico.
Thursday and rates were beautiful. So
go back to Puerto Rico, bring back our
I
rates.
don't want to talk about rates. The rates are ugly today. But I want to talk about Relofunding. I mean,
tell me more.
Okay, I left town Thursday and my team grew by 34 people in 4 days. It just blew my mind. I mean, there was like
34 people. That's like 20%.
It just blew my mind. And another one just added on just now. So it's
That's
just
exponential.
I mean, Bettina's growing like crazy. But now that I'm looking at the numbers, I'm like,
He's got all these width. He's got all this width on him. Yeah.
Everybody, and I like I said, I have a meeting with a loan officer team tomorrow. I have a meeting with a broker that owns 3 offices in a certain state this evening with Eric. I mean, there's this stuff happening that's unreal. That's moving so quick. I see Bettina, I see so many people that are part of our team right now that take advantage.
Well, you got Chris that's killing it. We visited for at least an hour last night, and I think he's going to join us in the future. That'll be good. So
he's a very big, very good at recruiting and not recruiting, attracting
sharing
people.
The vision.
And bringing on partners, because this Relofunding is you're bringing on partners. You're not bringing on, it's not downline, it's not upline. You're bringing partnerships together, network partnerships, because you're all going to be partners together in a business. It's just going to be incredible. So don't use that terminology. Just try to, we're all.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're all partners.
Yes.
So I've got
Familia.
a question.
Go for it, Terry.
Okay, so I guess really to start, I've not been a realtor, but maybe just nearly 2 years now. I don't have the depth and the width that Bettina, you and Juan, or any of the other realtors who may be on the call. But my whole approach is, whether it's a realtor or a loan officer, is if they can fog a mirror, I want to talk to them. But now I've found, or I'm finding that, some of these guys that like went through the MLO school and took the course and whatnot, that's not really our target. And it would be nice to know if you guys could kind of give me some direction, because when I go up to them, like I say, if they're fogging a mirror, I'm going to talk to you. But I want to work smart, not hard. And I can come back to those guys after they get their experience, obviously, and I'll have more experience to bring with me. What is my target? What are you guys looking for, say, Lewis, on the relo side, the loan officer side?
I'm looking for top real estate agents to talk to that will give me that warm introduction to their top LO.
And in definition of top for me would be at what point would be a top that you'd want to talk to?
You want a real estate agent that's probably doing 2 to 3 transactions a month, has a very big relationship with some lender. I mean, they're going to have a relationship with a lender. So if they're out there advertising, they're marketing, and they're putting dollars into their business, that's probably the agent that I want to reach out to and say, hey, how would you like to look at a way to diversify your income and have some of that marketing dollars you're spending paid for you? Would you be interested in looking at a presentation that could literally, if you're doing 2 or 3 transactions a month, find out what their business is like? Hey, so how many deals a month are you doing? Well, I'm doing 2 or 3. Okay. So the average price point on your house is, my average price point is 400,000. So the average loan amount is probably going to be close to 400,000. So if I could show you a way that somebody would give you $6,000 for referring that business somewhere, would you consider taking a look at something that's changing the market? Because when I open their mind and they're like, oh wow, I could take $6,000 in the marketing and triple my business. I can do 9 deals a month, 10 deals a month. So when they hear those trigger leads, like, hey, I know a way that I can get you compensated for those loans to help you with marketing, they get excited because if they're a big team, their focus is they want to get more leads to their people to do more business. Then they see the big picture. Then after they see it a couple of times, then they understand the residual piece. Then they understand the other piece. But to them, the main goal is,
That's right. Okay.
how do I get the next deal?
Thank you.
Okay. Well, that gets me on track, because the beauty of it is, in that regard, they've already got their loan officer's license. All they got to do is just hang it in a different shop, and they're off and running.
I mean, you're going after the realtor. You want the realtor involved first, and then get the warm introduction into the LO, and then it's easier to bring that LO. Absolutely. Okay. Because that LO, if they see the big picture and they see, hey, I'm gonna start losing my top agents, they're gonna decide to come over. Like Brett did. He's like, I don't want to lose all my top agents. He came over.
Well, also, I'm going to add this. I don't think there's a wrong way to invite a loan officer. If they're a great loan officer and you have a relationship with them, they're your buddy.
They're going to check it out.
Tell them to check it out. Dennis, I mean, he's in Florida. I'm in Texas. We met years ago through something else. It wasn't even, he hadn't even done any of my personal loans. He'd done loans for somebody else. I reached out to him directly, right? Because he was somebody that had impressed me. Gotcha. So maybe not the brand new loan officer who just got licensed, but maybe.
And again, too, probably not, because again, it's not a given for the loan officer to be accepted into the program either. Right?
No, it's not.
They have to be vetted. We're not just, it's not everybody.
Oh, yeah. Somebody else just signed up. I'm sorry. That's been 2 since we've been on the call. 2 new people.
You better stay on the call then. Don't go.
I swear Monday was crazy. There was like 13 of them, and it's like ding, 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 ding.
That's fantastic. This is fantastic. That's something to shout about. So here's Dorian. I asked him last time, because he's so good about keeping us on track, but he's not very good about interrupting. So I have to check in with him. Are we on track? Are we covering what we're supposed to covering? Are we like off on like another rabbit hole? Which that was a good rabbit, by the way.
The rabbit holes are fun. I find those the most fascinating, actually. But you pointed me in the direction of that video on Scott Lewis, which I found. So that's probably going to answer most of my questions there.
Excellent. You're the best. Okay, thank you. See, I hope you join us every week, because we do have a theme every week, right? Something that we for sure want to cover. So he makes sure that we at least cover that one point. So that's really good. So, Lewis.
You want me to share rates today? I mean,
yeah, I think we need to know. I want to know where they're at and where they're going.
Can I
Well, the
share a
best part
screen?
about sharing rates today is, Lewis, is that we knew it was coming for the last several days, and we took care of our people because we pay attention
I
to
had
these.
one that didn't listen. They went to,
I didn't
went
give
to
them a
guarantee
choice.
rates.
I sent them the
Haven't
email,
been
you're
paid.
locked.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Feel free to share this on our Facebook group too, because sometimes we might, as a realtor, we might have a buyer that we need to push, right?
Can you give me screen sharing capabilities
I
real
did.
quick?
Your co-host.
If I can do this. Share. Make sure I got the right screen. Okay. Can y'all see this?
Not yet. Yes, now.
Now. No?
Yep, there it is.
Yes.
So, just a quick example. This is where we're at today. We're at 103.3. If you go back, last time we were there was April 13th. We had all this improvement, came back down, and then the best day to lock was May 7th. We were at almost 104. And then all of a sudden, this drop happened. So we've lost about 70 basis points in pricing just in the last 3 days. Is this going to reverse? We don't know, because what they're talking about is inflation is finally hitting us. So, and we knew about this. We knew this was coming, but most people were ignoring it. So we really need, if someone's on the fence, they need to probably refinance or buy now before this continues down. It's not to say that rates are really bad, because if you look at the last 6 months, we're still doing okay. We're not back here where we were in January and December. We haven't got back to those incredible rates, but we're still doing better than a year ago. You know, when you look at back a year, our rates are still really good. But you see this downtrend right here? This is rates getting worse. Got all the way down here, and then it started climbing back up. Now we're starting to go back down again. So don't wait. If you got a property to do something with, you need to do something now, because this trend might continue down again, especially if inflation keeps going up. Just don't wait. Just do it. So, let me stop sharing that screen, because that's ugly.
That's funny, because I have an offer. I have a buyer that's thinking about, not doing what it's on my listing, and I would love to share that they need to kind of get locked in and don't screw this up. So yay. Thank you for that. That's a good tool for me as a realtor on negotiations. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really weird what's happening. I'm like, oh God, I was gone for 3 days, and then all of a sudden those 3 days, so.
All right, so let's wrap this up. I know everybody's busy. We've hit our 30-minute mark, and I want to honor y'all's time, because I just appreciate you guys for giving us this time and sharing it with us. It's such a lovely gift, and I respect it so much. If there's any last words you'd like to say.
If y'all need me for a three-way call, please, either you can text me or get a hold of Jackie. Jackie handles my calendar. Call the 972-890-0048, which is my team number. Ask for Jackie. She controls my calendar. If she puts it on there, I'm going to be on it. So things are getting kind of crazy. I mean, it's the texting and the thing is just, it's taking off, and I really want to be able to be equal and happy with everybody, take care of everybody. But if you tell Jackie it's in my calendar, it's going to happen.
She's fantastic about that.
She'll call me and, why haven't you got on that call yet? You're 30 seconds late. Oh crap. So
Good. Well, thank you, Lewis. Thank you guys for joining us today. And good questions, good talk, good
Great
chat.
questions, Harry. I appreciate that.
Excellent stuff.
Good to see y'all guys. Thank you for letting me sneak in.
Thank you.
Welcome, Terry.
See you next week, same time,
See
same
you,
place.
Dorian.
Hey, Terry, 1 o'clock. We got that